is the shop is going to be one of those things, like, once you guys reach level 3 is when you'll actually be able to start using the shop. But the role play we're about to get into, that will have it. So I started the live stream before I even got anything actually properly up and going, so it's showing a black screen to people. Haha! Beautiful.
Yay!
There we go. Hey, there's a live. There's a live. There we go. Now it should be showing the correct stream. Man,
Live.
I wonder when I'm finally gonna get this starting the stream thing down.
You'll get it.
Eventually.
This is perfect.
Yeah, so like we'll be setting everything up, but a lot of those rules we won't even actually really be getting into them until later. So let's see. So yeah, we got those going up over the next handful of days, and the first one did, like I said, it went live like 1 minute ago. And let's see. So the one that just went up is the appearance score, which we've gone over that well enough. The next video going up, which will be Sunday, is about the shopkeep and the enchanting rules. Then on the 9th, so Tuesday, we'll go up the rules for the items broken down into 3 videos, because there's the healing items is one, condition recovery is another, and the attack items is a third. And then Thursday, magic loading and transforming weapons. That video will go up explaining those 2 items. But considering we gotta... You guys will likely not even have enough money or ability to buy those weapons. I really won't need to know about the rules. Because you also won't have potions for the moment. So you might get some at the end of this session, though.
Yay!
Yeah, because potions are helpful, and that is why I am doing the potions percent-based, is because the way D&D does them, especially like even watching the episodes of Critical Role, I've only finished episode 7 of Vox Machina so far. I'm not even that far, but between that one, Charisma Plus, and just all of them I've watched, potions seem to get exclusively used for, oh shoot, I hit 0 hit points in combat, and this is the quickest way to keep me from dying. They're not really being used for anything but stabilizing you in death, so what's the point in having all the hit dice on them, and they're not healing people at that point. So it'll be percent-based healing, so they always kind of have the same effectiveness without being necessarily too much healing. This is the first one I'm running in, so it might not feel quite right. We might switch back to regular potions by the end of it. We'll see. But at least, like, with my groups in the past, most of the time they forget they have potions. At what point I gave them a stock of like 400 potions, and they used 2 over the span of 7 levels.
Damn.
Yeah. And like I said, even watching other groups, for the most part, they get used as this, pick you up from death, or, oh, combat's over and now we're drinking potions when we maybe should just rest and use hit dice, or they don't end up being these effective items that are meant to be used in combat, which is their intention. So I'm hoping that giving them a power boost will promote you guys actually using them.
I have another suggestion about that. A way that I've seen it encourage them be used, like, in combat as a thing rather than like as a supplement for a short rest. Was making them a bonus action rather than a full action.
They are a bonus action to use. It's a full action to use on someone else.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it's a full action. Actually, I think Charisma Plus did a really good job explaining this. It's a full action to use an item. That's what it is. It's an action for use an item. But that's because you got to reach into your bag, grab it out, use it. If you have it in hand already, it's a bonus action. Is essentially how it's broken down. So it's like that if you use it on someone else, a bonus action. And that's kind of the way the rule's written. But and Charisma Plus, I actually saw them use potions a bit more than a lot of groups do, even in combat. But they had a tendency to still default to the "oh no, someone's down" potion to pick them back up, and then spell to try to actually heal them. The other cool thing, which I know I mentioned this previously, and I saw Charisma Plus do this, potion belts. So that you can have a couple quick access without digging them out of your bag, and they're just a bonus action. You guys can, for 5 gold, purchase a vial belt. Just because potions, poisons, etc., they're just 4-ounce vials. And you can have 4 vials on each side of the belt. So you can have a total of 8 potions and poisons, just kind of quick loaded as bonus actions. 5 gold to buy one of those belts. But a lot of my little homebrew stuff and variant rules are just trying to promote certain things that get forgotten and ignored. My other group is running Inspiration as you can use it to get an automatic success on a roll or to grant an automatic failure. Because they still, even with that, forget they have Inspiration.
Okay.
I don't think
Better than luck.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it that way in this group. I have a feeling you guys will think of your Inspiration a little bit more. That is tailored to that specific group, less than a people actually, just as a whole seem to forget it exists. So we're gonna play Inspirations normal. It's advantage on a roll if you choose to use it. Actually, I don't remember if the actual rule says you can grant disadvantage on a roll, but we're gonna play it that you can. So you can Inspiration to gain advantage or grant disadvantage.
Okay.
Just to make it easy. As for Inspiration, I wanted to bring this up. Pixie, you have a point of Inspiration, by the way. Just for that amazing disorientation and way you played the falling into your character. I feel you should get an Inspiration for that, because you immediately went, wait, what should I do? No, I gotta try to be this person, and just like not knowing what to do. You did this weird mix between the two characters, and I think that is a really good way to play out 2 minds melding into one. So
say that one more time. 2 minds what?
That was a great way to play 2 minds melding into one body. So yeah, I'm giving you a point of Inspiration for that. Just kind of off the bat.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
yeah, just remember you have that, so you can get advantage on a roll that's like, oh no, I really need to try to succeed on this.
Now, how many times can I actually use the Inspiration? Is it just once a day, or?
It's once and done. It is a resource that that gets handed to you, and if you have one, it's just like, I have 1 potion. You can use it, and it's gone.
Oh, there's no refills.
There are refills. If I feel you deserve an Inspiration, I will give you an Inspiration. You can only have 1 at a time, though, so you want to use the one you have. And good roleplay gets you Inspiration. That's generally the way I do it, for everyone at the table. I think last session was absolutely amazing as a whole. So No one think that it's one of those. I don't think you role played it well enough. I think she just went above and beyond in the role play.
That's fair.
And it's not nepotism. I promise.
No. All right. So yeah, we will start up because we are missing 2 players tonight. So we left off. I'll go ahead and recap last session. Our heroes were all doing their own thing. They got approached by the governor of Pallet. His name is Governor Oak. And he said he's been in communication with the town of Canehurst on the other side of the pass through way of carrier pigeon. They're offering you guys that 100,000 gold each reward if you can clear the high road out to an acceptable level. You guys accepted the job. The old hermit of the mountain came down and was like, hey, let's perform this ritual. It'll help you guys. With a lot of hesitation, a lot of suspicion, everyone did gather, sat down to do it, and boom! You guys all ended up in the bodies of the heroes, having a bit of a panic, confusion. Relic, you got a chance to actually kind of talk directly with Nick for a moment, where he suggested maybe this is what happened to the hermit and why he's so crazy. Garrus tried to question, how do we go back? Star started immediately running around, not sure what to do, trying to find Pixie's husband without leaving the center of town. We had Lance start rolling a cigarette, just, you know what? I need to take a breath here. This is a bit much. And Pius, Deuce, y'all really couldn't necessarily be like, yes, Deuce is now in Pius. You couldn't really say that for absolute certain, because most of what he was doing was still more or less in line with what Pius would be doing. At the very
I would
end...
imagine that I just got trapped in Pius's mind instead.
To a degree, that's quite possible. You're literally in the mind of an organic computer, so it would probably be exceptionally disorienting for you, and a lot harder to kind of blend and come out on top. At the very last thing we did is Pixie nearly tripped over the body of Captain Flowers because we had been missing his player last time, and so he simply fell unconscious. And Garrus kind of shouted out, Pixie, you're about to trip, and she caught herself. And that's where we're picking up. Immediately after that, Pixie caught herself, kind of had this moment of clarity in her mind, not necessarily saying anything out loud. Garrus seems to almost do a 180. He just immediately rushes the hermit, grabs him by the scruff of his neck, because he doesn't even have enough of a shirt to grab, just grabs him by the neck and lifts him up and is like, you better fix this now. And the hermit, barely able to breathe, he's being grabbed by the throat, manages to splutter out, Let's leave the center of town, please, no scenes, we cannot disrupt the peace, follow me to the shop, please now.
Wrath stands up, takes one final drag off of his cigarette and throws it down, and fuck it, I don't know if this is gonna work. He attempts to just pull forth his arcane energy to make a show of power, if you will, just kind of letting lightning ripple across his scales, if you will. And he's gonna say, I think you better answer the man's questions.
I will,
To
I
the,
will, I will, but we need to leave the center of town. If everyone knows everything, there will be panic, and this world may stop existing. Jessica's not necessarily the nicest person sometimes. Please, let's go to the shop. And he is clearly scared, and he is just begging to get out of the street, basically.
I don't trust him.
Two things. One, out of game. Are we supposed to be in roll 20?
No.
Alright.
Just Discord,
And then-
and you need Rollgate for your character sheet, of course.
Okay. And then, are we still kind of like in the star? Like the...
Yeah, you're in the area of it. So.
Because I have an idea. As I'm
Garrus does
looking-
start setting him down, though. Clearly, like, okay,
Sorry.
that's fair. We need to maybe get out of the center of town. But Pixie, what did you want to do? Since you have an
Well,
idea.
I mean, I didn't want to interrupt, so I just felt it was like a quiet moment, so I can wait.
I mean, there's not really a quiet moment if we all keep the pace going. So.
I'm looking into my inventory. I have a purple crystal. I'm gonna actually place the purple crystal on one of the elements. I'm gonna put it on fire.
As soon as you touch it, I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Uh-oh.
Touch the crystal or the rune?
The purple crystal. As soon as she goes to grab it out of her bag and touches it.
1d20. And what was it?
Your wisdom
Wisdom?
save, which is a +4.
Ah, that didn't work.
Ooh, an 8. I actually didn't think I
Wait.
was going to have to pull out this table quite this quickly.
Can I use my,
Yeah, go ahead, use your inspiration and get advantage on that.
Yay!
Better? Hopefully a
Yeah,
lot
I got
better.
16.
16? Alright, that is good enough. The DC was a 15 on that. You managed to put your hand around it, but you immediately realize this is one of those lovely, lovely torment fragments that you have seen a lot of fucked up shit happen in the other campaign because of. The do
Right.
not touch this item.
Okay. So I guess I can't just like throw it and hope that it lands in like the element of fire or anything.
You
Sure.
could throw it if you want. You've managed to pick it up, and although you feel this rush of weird thoughts, strange voice in the back of your head speaking, a whisper, you can't really make out anything about it, not even truly what it sounds like. You've managed to keep control of yourself. Like, you can do what you want with it, but you know that this is not the type of thing that anyone should be able to touch.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually just put it in one of the elements and then step out.
Okay? So you are right next to water at the moment.
Do we see her do this?
Yes, and you notice a faint glow of kind of black necrotic-like energy around her body as she touches it.
Do I recognize what this thing is?
No, you do not.
Okay.
So Pixie, you're gonna put
Yeah,
it right
so-
there in the water and back away?
So am I close to the water, or do I have like air next to me? I mean,
You are
Because it
right
seems
next
like
to
the-
water. And Captain Flower's
Okay.
unconscious body.
I wonder if I should move his body out of there before I do this.
You're not sure how long you can hold on to this thing before its effects get even harder to resist.
Well, screw it. He'll be fine. I'm just gonna put it in.
All right. Do you put it on him, next to him?
No, I just put it. I kind of put it. I just put the water. I just put it in the realm of water. Like, here's his body, and then I kind of put it away from his body.
Okay. It doesn't do
What is
anything.
that?
Huh?
What is that?
It's a purple crystal.
So you know this
What is
is a
that?
torment fragment. And you of
Torment.
course, being you know all the things that have happened in the other campaign from messing with these things and touching them. And the item dupe glitch that you guys accidentally found recently.
Interesting.
So, I know that crystals or fragments can actually do something if placed right.
Go ahead and roll an intelligence check. See how well you actually remember the events in the moment with kind of that increased adrenaline and everything. It's just straight intelligence, so D20 plus 5.
So not much.
11. I mean, that's enough. You remember that the torment fragments are literal shards of the Eldritch Plane. They're essentially madness given physical form. And that whatever they touch, they corrupt and slowly mutate.
That doesn't sound very beneficial, especially since we've been hired to eradicate things that it sounds like these crystals have touched.
Garrus stomps over very quickly, clearly not happy about this situation, and tries to just grab the crystal and shove it in his bag, like grab it with his bag, scoop it up like a dog turd, basically, so he doesn't have to touch it. To get it off the ground because it shouldn't be left there. And he's just, we should probably talk about this in private like the hermit is suggesting.
We will play along for now.
I don't trust it.
Cleth, I keep saying Garrus. It's not Garrus. Cleth is in control. Very clearly, the hero is in control now, and not the player. He's like, you know what? We'll take a page out of Garrus's book. He tries anything funny, we kill him.
Oh, I don't think solving anything with violence is going to actually be a wise idea, but if that's still your desire, okay.
It'll make me feel better.
It does seem fun.
I highly advise against this.
Wrath just kind of claps his staff down on the ground, making a loud, like, thunderous sound, not doing anything other than just pushing out his arcane energy.
So I guess I'm outvoted and I can't do anything else with the crystals, so I'm just gonna grab Flower and just kind of just grab him by his leg and just kind of drag him and say, well, let's go.
All right. The shop's a couple blocks away. You guys have like more or less access to the hero's memories, but this shop, like, for some reason, you have memories of it being an empty building as far as just a few days ago. But you also have memories that it's been this shop for many years and has provided a lot of valuable resources to the town and always seems to have whatever anyone needs. As soon as you open the door and head through, though, the shopkeep, he's a fairly average height. He's a bit lanky and about as pale as could possibly be. He has just unbelievably white skin. He very immediately perks up. Oh, sister, we have customers. Welcome to Patch's Emporium. What can we do for you today? Yes, this is a Dark Souls reference.
Yeah, caught that immediately. Deuce does not trust this shopkeep. Just saying.
You probably shouldn't. The hermit is he clearly wants to just kind of push through and go towards the back room, but he's also trying not to lead everything because he does not want to piss all of you off right now. He is very clearly scared of you.
Well, I say we follow. Just let him lead.
Pius is going to place a hand on the old man's shoulder to keep tabs on him as he follows him.
All right. How about Wrath? Wait, yeah, Wrath.
Wrath is bringing up the rear, keeping an eye on everyone around, I guess. He doesn't trust many people right now.
All right. Relic, how about you? Anything specific you're gonna do? Relic? Oh, did we lose Nick?
We lost him.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
There
now.
we go. I'm just going along for the ride for right now.
All right.
I'm just kind of observing and taking everything in.
So Garrus kind of steps away from everybody, goes towards the shopkeep, and apologizes for the intrusion, and tells him, "We would like to buy things, look at your wares, but right now, unfortunately, this old man and us have some business that we need a private place for. We would like to use your back room for the moment." And Batchus he responds, "Well, no one gets anything for free in this world. What do I get for letting you use my back room?"
How about a black eye?
Fair point. The door is unlocked. Just try not to make too much ruckus. It might scare other customers away.
Thank you.
How about a kiss?
He perks up and clearly likes the idea of getting a kiss. But he does not say anything.
Okay, and so I just kind of kiss him on the cheek.
He takes it happily and says, "Thank you for your patronage." And the door to the back room just opens on its own.
That's creepy.
Patches is creepy.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Brave man. Brave.
I fear almost nothing.
Wrath brings up the rear again.
All right. So you get into the back room. The door closes behind you, and the old man does pretty much start talking immediately. He doesn't seem like he's lying. Like, it's pretty obvious he's full of fear and trying to not piss you guys off, but at the same time, he's very aware that the truth is about the only thing that can save his ass. But he starts going, he's like, she told me that this ritual would save the world. That's about all she really told me. She told me it would help the heroes and make them better. I don't really know much more than that. I really don't. It's possible I might be able to come into contact with her again. But I'm pretty sure that if this is what she intended, then she probably expects you all to live and just have fun along the way. I hope. I'm not having fun.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody is at this point having fun, per se.
That's fair. That's very fair.
How long have you been speaking to her?
I think the first time I heard her voice was about 370 years ago. We didn't really talk until after I moved into the cave, though. She doesn't talk very often, but when she does, it's usually just telling me what to do. It's why I come down to the village. Almost like it's just to prove a point. I'm not sure what point she wanted to prove by having me do all of it, though. And sometimes I don't really remember having done it, but then I do remember it being done. Almost as if time was altered to fit the narrative. I really don't like knowing that we're all fake and up to the whims of a bunch of people playing a game. It's not very pleasant knowing that.
It seems there may be something bigger than we expected.
Doesn't plan on destroying us all.
From our understanding, no.
Not in the least.
Okay. Well, I think I have more faith in all of you than her. At least, you had enough sense to talk to me and give me a chance.
Well, we didn't really have a choice not to talk to you.
When there's always a choice.
Well, yeah. But we were kind of bribed, too.
That as well.
I'm going to buy new ball bearings.
For your journey, right? Not for me. Please tell me they're not for me. For your journey, right?
No.
You can get a lot of ball bearings for pretty cheap. Just to say, it just has to be one.
Oh. Well, now I don't know what to spend the 100,000 on.
That would get you a lot of ball bearings.
That's
So
true. And I'm sure
why would you
Patches
want
would love to
ball
sell
bearings?
them to you.
You would be surprised how many I go through in my servos.
Right.
Why not a hooker?
What is a... Is it for fishing?
You could hire them to go fishing, I guess. Let's just say they exchange adult favors for money. Things that maybe you can't just talk about in front of people, typically. At least not decent company, as some would say.
I think I understand.
Good. I don't want to explain it if you don't know what it is. I don't have the time or the crayons. Sorry.
Well, an adventure is plenty of time to explain to me about hookers.
You'll learn on the way. You'll learn on the way. You ever watch the Discovery Channel?
A handful of times.
Okay. It's when
Oh.
there you go.
I am scared.
Don't worry about it. They're fine. But why ball bearings when you can get something a little bit more?
I will dwell on it.
You should.
I don't think there's much left to learn from our friend here.
Not at the moment, at least. If you would like, I could try talking to her, and maybe you could delay the departure a couple of days. Maybe handle some of the smaller problems around the village. Then you know you'll be close to where I am.
No.
I think it would be best if you all decided together, but I completely understand if you don't want to trust or wait for me to try talking to Jessica. I'm not sure how much you guys trust Jessica yourself, considering you seem kind of surprised to be here. I don't think she told you she was going to do that.
No. Not at all. But I don't think we should delay. I think we should hurry and get on the road. So we can, get this away, so we can get our money, so we can get a hooker.
And ball bearings.
No,
Yes.
just a hooker.
I like that second one.
Well, if you go talk to Patches now, I'm sure he could get you some ball bearings now, and I believe he might be able to help you later as well with procuring more items. I believe you would have to talk to him about that.
Sure.
Come on, Robert. I will get you some ball bearings. First round on me.
Thank you.
I walk back to Patches.
Well, did you have a pleasant conversation?
Pleasant is a way of putting it.
Yes. The multiverse is truly a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, I preferred the silent adventurers. But we don't get to choose where we are sometimes. Would you like to buy anything? At least while I'm here, I guess I could use your currency. I do miss trading souls, though. So much more epic using souls as currency.
This is Patches talking?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
We all
Yes, I need a bag of ball bearings, please, for my friend here.
Bag of ball bearings. That doesn't seem like much. You're going on quite the adventure, though, so how about I toss in a set of special rings for all of you. All free at the moment. And maybe when you're strong enough, you'll be able to use those rings and bring me some real business.
Do I trust that there's no like nefarious purpose behind him giving us these rings?
Go ahead and roll insight.
Insight. Where did they move that to? Here it is. Plus 5. 11.
11. No, he doesn't seem to be doing it for any nefarious reason, really. But well enough, you have experience with Souls games, from the sounds of it, and you know the type of nonsense.
I actually do not.
No.
No, I actually do not. No.
Oh,
play Souls games.
Then
Well-
let me tell you, on 4 different occasions, how Patches has betrayed me.
Go on, my friend.
Let's see. He posed as one of my best friends in an onion suit and proceeded to feed me to giants.
I see.
He... Fuck, I don't remember what he did in the first game.
Go ahead and roll a straight intelligence check to see how well you remember it.
Ugh. Hold on just a second. I got some new dice I want to test out. Got 'em for- They're, I don't know if you guys have seen my TikTok, but Undex, my first character, he's a Dragonborn, Black Dragonborn. They're green with a dragon eye in the middle.
Yeah.
That is... Sorry, what did you say the roll was for?
Flat intelligence. So just your intelligence modifier. And it's just because you have like the neuroprocessors and you have that actual high level brain capacity of your character, so you may have a better time remembering in game than you do in reality.
Is it? God damn it. Why can I not find intelligence?
Parameters, I think.
Yeah, it should be parameters page.
Oh, yes, there it is. Shit. It's a +2.
The one you're not good at.
Yeah.
Has the capacity, just doesn't use it.
Listen, regardless, Patches is a piece of shit.
You would remember.
Rings, please, just the ball rings.
So as long as you got a 10 or higher, you would know well enough that yes, he is a piece of shit and he will stab people in the back all day. But if he thinks you can kill him and that you will, he will not fuck with you.
That's true. He is a coward.
Yeah, he is the coward.
I think I'll pass on the ring, but the ball bearings, please.
Then the ball bearings will be 5 silver. I'm offering the rings as your payment.
Piece.
You hand him a gold piece. He throws it in his little money box and hands you back 5 silver.
Thank you.
And he looks to the rest of the party and he looks to the rest of the party and he's like, would any of the rest of you like to take these rings? Like I said, they're a way you'll be able to trade with me later. I don't think there'll be many shops along the way.
I'll take one.
I want to see if there's anything nefarious about the rings. I'd like to go check.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check then for me.
Can I roll that as well? I was going to do it
Absolutely.
as soon as it was handed over to me.
Anyone who wants to kind of look at the rings and see if they notice anything nefarious, you can go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Shit. That's a 7.
They look like non-magical rings. Just a plain silver band.
Let me pull up my...
What do we need to roll?
Arcana.
That is a nat 20 plus 8, so that's a 28.
Holy Lord above.
Yeah.
So is the Arcana...
You have a +5, Pixie. We don't really have to worry about the rolls because Nick pretty much knows everything about these rings. So Relic,
Sauron just pops up in front.
yeah. Basically, Nick takes over for he sees these rings and he gets so excited that he actually takes the body over and just, these are just a theory. These rings can project hologram illusion images of a person. They can be used to communicate at any distance on any plane of existence. And if you're saying you can trade, you figured out how to send items through that connection? Too? This is a theory. And Patches just rolls his eyes and goes, you know, Jessica can do anything she wants, right? And she gave me these rings for you. I have no idea how they work. Just how to use them.
Who didn't want theirs?
That was me. I don't trust this guy, according to our robot friend.
I will take any of the extra rings that anybody is turning down, just to hold on to in case y'all want them later.
Okay, so there are 6 rings in total. How many who all is going to take a ring? Garrus is going to take a ring. Pixie's going to take a ring. Nick is taking a ring.
I will pass as well.
Pius and Wrath are going to pass. So that would leave Nick with 4 rings. Yes, his own, Pius's, Wrath's, and Captain Flowers. Because Captain Flowers is unconscious on the floor right now.
I want 2 rings. You got 4. You can spare 1. Please.
Up to you, Nick, whether you're gonna hand one of the extras over or not.
Please.
Yeah, I'll hand you flowers.
Thank you so much.
It is your funeral.
All right.
So dark,
so it's
Pius.
called the Astral Shopkeep
I
ring.
have seen everything.
What is it called?
Astral Shopkeep ring. I just added it to your inventory, Pixie.
Okay.
So, just
Thank you.
just because, I guess habit at this point from helping you as you were learning, I got used to just helping you manage your character sheet too.
Thank
Yeah. So, Nick, you've got 3 of those in your inventory, and I'll let Garrus know that he has one in his as well. Patches did mention once you become strong enough, so that implies that you have to progress a bit more, and the only thing you can think by stronger would be leveling up. Since you have that meta knowledge of how getting stronger works.
Can we shop for weapons? Can we buy weapons?
If you have the coin, I can sell you anything that exists in this world.
How about a trade? I'll give you a fishing tackle and a rowboat for a gun.
Guns don't exist in this world. But if you could figure out how to make one, then it would. And then I could sell it to you. Which is unfortunate. I kind of wish that I had learned how to make those. Back in that Victorian world. It was really weird. A really weird time being a spider. But if I had
Do you have
learned,
any
I would make all the money in this one.
do you have any metal? Like, do I have to like make it from scratch? Or like,
If you could just figure out the blueprints to it, that would be enough to make it exist.
is there any blueprints that is there any blueprints in the shop?
I could give you blank ones. That way you could start designing it yourself.
That works.
It's just 1 copper, and I will give you 5 of them.
How about a rowboat?
I do not want to give you enough blueprints to match the value of a rowboat.
I just
How
want
about...
one. All I need is 1 blueprint for a rowboat.
How about I give you 1 blueprint and a set of half-plate armor. I don't like bad business. Things should be more or less equal when they're traded.
For a rowboat?
Yes, for a rowboat, I will give you 1 blueprint, blank blueprint, and a set of half-plate armor. Does that sound like a deal?
Yes. Deal.
Awesome. He reaches underneath the shelf, and he just comes back up. He just pulls it up and sets it on the counter. And then reaches a hand over it so you can't grab it, expecting you to hand him the rowboat. Where is your rowboat?
Say that one more time.
He reaches his hand over the armor so that you can't grab it. The armor and the blueprint. And he reaches out his hand, waiting for you to give him the rowboat. Where do you keep the rowboat?
In my items?
How do
There's
you carry a rowboat around with you?
It's an inflatable one.
You know what? Let's go ahead and we will roll a percent to see if this world has inflatable rowboats. Because, figuring out how to fill something with air so it floats on water is not too complicated when you have magic.
Please let this be canon.
So,
oh my goodness.
what do you guys think a fair, percent chance of that would be? I'm thinking, somewhere 20 to 25.
I was gonna say 30.
Anyone else have an opinion
I
about?
say 50. I say 50 because that's in it's not 100, and it's in the middle. I say 50. 50-50.
50 I think's definitely too high. 30's not unreasonable though.
Yeah, I'm with Nick on this one, 30.
All right.
Okay, I'll do 50.
Nope, no inflatable rowboats in this world.
Damn it.
Because we got a 75. So yeah, you just have somewhere you have essentially a 5-foot long, 3-foot wide chunk of wood that you can paddle around. No, I guess it would be bigger than that. I just gave you essentially the dimensions of a canoe, and a rowboat is a bit bigger than that. So, it's probably at your house, though.
Okay, I guess I will go and get it from the house.
All right. Everyone else, she clearly has to go get it from the house. Patches rolls his eyes, clearly, almost mockingly. Like, he knew that was what was happening, because he didn't see a rowboat here. And he just pulls the items back, places them down, and looks at all of you. Just waiting to see if there's anything you'd like to buy.
Pius is swallowing the ball bearings. Like
All right.
snack, like popcorn.
Rat is watching this very amusedly.
All right.
It's amazing. What happens to it whenever it gets inside of you?
I do not know, but it makes a clink noise.
Mm.
And it's very satisfying.
Do you, like, excrete any materials? Or do you just absorb everything?
It becomes a part of me.
So you could just grow forever?
It repairs
Possibly.
damages. Like, say a chunk of him gets taken out in the middle of a fight. It's that natural healing when he sleeps.
Mm.
Mm. So what happens when you just eat it without needing to repair?
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen Pius excrete anything.
I do not know.
Maybe we'll find out.
I just know that I like eating them.
Have you tried coin? Wrath takes out a silver piece. Do you taste anything?
No, I have no concept of taste. It is more of a feeling.
Does it feel better to eat one metal over another?
I have not tried.
Wrath hands the silver piece over. You should.
He puts it into his mouth. He puts it into his mouth, and then you hear a ting, 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 ting. It does not feel different.
I feel like you should spit a gumball out or something at this point.
I only.
How many of the
I
ball
am
bearings
only-
have you eaten?
I'd say like 4 or 5.
All right. Not enough for anything to happen.
Okay. Oh shit.
I will go ahead and use the event countdowns part of my tracking sheet, and I will keep track of metal eaten by Pius.
The
Oh,
Pious
God.
appetite sheet.
What have I
Pious
started?
diet. You have your own dietary plan.
Today, metal. Tomorrow, more metal.
The day after, the world.
Like Metal Man.
The metal man, he is eating the metal.
That's great.
Well, anyone else have business with our nefarious friend?
I will give nothing to this man. He only takes and lies.
I don't always lie. Only most of the time.
That is enough for me.
He motions. He's like, if you're done, then leave. He doesn't say anything, he just motions it.
Wrath walks out. Do we have to drag the unconscious one around? I'll do that if I need to.
Yeah.
I just want to put him on one of those Bjorns, like on the front of my itch.
Oh,
We strap him to the robot.
Isn't he with me though? Because I mean, I've been kind of dragging him around.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just grab him by the leg and drag him to your house to get the rowboat, sure. So yeah, when Pixie walked out,
May I actually stop and midway and say, wait a minute, I have a rowboat right here. And I look at Flower and I'm like, this was a pass. So I turn back around and go back into the shop.
All right,
so throw him on the counter and say, here's your rowboat, now give me my thing.
So as you all start to go to walk out, Captain Flowers wasn't on the ground. You're guessing Pixie had grabbed him and taken Wit. But at that moment, she walks back in, dragging him, and just like, here's your rowboat, and basically calls him a rowboat. To which Patches just kind of leans back and goes, I am a lot of things, but I think slavery is a step too far. Go get the actual rowboat, please.
He floats. He's fine. Just put a life jacket on him and call it good. Now give me my stuff.
You're gonna have to bring me that actual rowboat. And until you do, no business with me. Even if you tried to hand me coin at this point. Rowboat or nothing.
Fine. I grab Flower back off and drag him away.
As soon as Pixie goes to leave and drags Flowers back out, are we getting a cart to leave town, guys?
I thought we were going to strap him to the robot.
If we wanted to do that, we could do that. I was just going to throw him into the back of a cart.
So you know that,
in for a cart.
yeah, you know that most of the paths should be perfectly fine to take a cart on. It is used as a merchant route after all. It would just make you more noticeable to things on the road. More than anything.
I think we're pretty flamboyant as is. I'll throw in for a cart also.
That is why I am here. To deal with ruckus.
Alright, so a cart will cost about 100 gold on its own, and a horse to pull that cart would cost about 300 gold. So you would need about 400 gold in total.
So I will carry him.
Yes, yes. I begin using some of my extra belts that I have from my pirate outfit to try and strap him to the robot.
So some of you, at least one of you should have some rope from your starting equipment.
Oh, yes.
At least one of
foot of rope. I have actually, we'll use this 50 foot of silk rope so it doesn't hurt him with rope burn.
Ooh, the sexy rope.
Yeah. I'll start
Wait,
tying him with the silk rope.
Do I hear any of this? Because I'm still dragging Flower along with me.
Oh no, you're on your way back to your house now. You are past all of them.
Flower with me, right?
Yes, you have Captain Flowers in tow. And he seems to be muttering something, but you can't make out what he's saying. He's just completely unconscious, muttering as if he's having a conversation with someone. As the rest of you are getting ready to leave the shop, you do notice that there is a sign on the next to the door inside the shop for a missing boy in town.
A missing what?
A missing boy.
Are you dealing with this before we leave?
I feel it is my duty.
Yeah, you're guessing that it probably went up today, and then he went missing sometime in the last 48 hours, which is why the adventurers didn't know about it, is they were preoccupied getting ready.
We want to handle this first before we go?
Seems like the robot won't leave without it.
I will always protect the weak.
Alright,
Yep.
So we find the boy, and then we get the hell out of here.
Right, and it does, of course, have his name as well as his parents' name, so you know who to go talk to, who to return him to, but who would probably have the most information on things like last known location.
What are the names?
Let me go ahead, and apparently I did not bother creating names when I wrote the quest up. They are Random NPC 1 and Random NPC 2.
Oh, perfect.
No, let me see. What race should I make them?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
So the reason why you would suspect no one really cares too much is they are a tiefling couple. So everyone probably thinks that they are up to trouble. But it is Pyranicus is the dad, and the mother is Ricta.
Okay. And what is the boy's name?
And the yeah, they literally just
Gotta
call
stare,
him they just call him boy. Tiefling culture thing. Tieflings don't really get a name until they reach their teen years. They're generally just called boy of the family, and like maybe their last name, or you know, the daughter of Pyranicus, things like that. They don't normally get a name until they've shown something to be named for. And then when they reach adulthood, they're allowed to choose their own names.
Okay.
So it is quite literally just son of Pyranicus.
Boy.
Boy. All right. So where are you heading then? First, you know where they live. I mean, it's 10 of 500, and you guys, being that half of you quite literally run the police force, you are the police force of the town. You know where everyone lives, and no one's moved here recently. They've been here for probably like 4 or 5 years at this point. Their child was born in this town.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and talk with the parents and see last known location, gather all the basic investigation information.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're heading out of the shop and heading that direction, you do realize 2 things. One, you're going the opposite direction of Pixie's house, and Pixie does not know what you guys have chosen to do. And the other is that you don't know where the hermit is. He did not come out of the back room with all of you.
Do we wait on the woman?
We may need all the help we can get.
Very well. And Wrath begins rolling up another cigarette and lighting it with a spark of electricity from his hand.
All right. So Pixie, it only takes you about like 5 minutes to get over to your house. You get over there. Your rowboat is outside the door. You don't normally keep it inside. You do keep like a tarp over it, essentially, to keep the weather from screwing it up. How do you want to go about dragging a rowboat that fits 6 people, as well as Captain Flowers?
I gently put Flowers in the robot boat, and I just kind of drag the bottom of it.
All right.
Kind of like a.
Go ahead and roll a strength check. You have enough strength to drag this for sure. But
Actually, do I actually have enough strength to maybe lift both Flower and the boat so I don't hurt the bottom of it?
No, you do not have enough strength for that. You could lift about 450 pounds and carry it very slowly, and it would be very difficult. But the boat probably weighs around like 200 to 250, and Captain Flowers weighs about 200 to 250. So just picking them up like that would be difficult. Like, you probably wouldn't succeed at just picking them up, let alone actually walking with them.
Can
I carry the rowboat in one arm and then kind of drag Flowers with the other?
No, definitely not. You would need 2 hands to be lifting them.
Okay, yeah, then I guess I'm just gonna throw Flowers in the rowboat and then just kind of slide it like a sled.
Can we see this happening?
No, she's far enough away, she's not in sight.
What?
Unless you started walking. If you had started walking immediately after deciding the decision to wait for her, and just you chose to go walk to her house instead, you'd catch her not long after she started dragging the rowboat.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start heading to go gather Pixie. I'll go get her, guys. Just give me a minute. I'll be right back. And I'll start heading that way.
Alright, you catch her about 80% of the way to her house. She's made like the first minute worth of travel. And you do see her dragging the rowboat with Captain Flowers in it, as if she's about to send him off to a Viking burial.
Oh God. Okay. Do you want some help with that?
Sure, we can both pick it up together. Come on, let's go.
First of all, no. Smarter, not harder. And I cast Levitate on the boat.
That works. Yeah, and with Levitate, there's just no issue. You can move at full speed. So you can either just keep walking, 4 minutes of travel, or if you want, you could take a nice jog and get there probably about like 2.5 minutes instead.
Wait a minute. You can levitate things.
Yes, it lasts for 10 minutes.
We should probably keep the rowboat and maybe fly us to our next destination.
No, please hurry. This does not last long. Go.
Okay, let's go. My bright idea.
So Pius, did you keep snacking on those ball bearings, or did you stop after the conversation that was had in the piece of silver?
I ate a few more as I kept eye contact with Patches and we walked out.
All right.
And then I stopped.
All right. So a few more. So we'll say another 4. Yeah. Just let me know anytime you decide you want to eat some metal, and how much metal and what the metal is.
I will let you know.
And of course that includes, like, if you find some trashed goblin swords or something, you can just start chowing down on those if you really want to.
Okay. I will 100% let you know when I start snacking on metal.
All right. Yeah. So, are you guys going to try to get back at a fast pace or just a nice normal leisurely walk? Pixie and Nick, the two of you.
As quick as possible for me.
All right.
Quick as possible.
All right. So it only takes a few more minutes for you to get back. So it's been less than 10 minutes that Pius, Wrath, and Garrus had to wait. During that time, Garrus basically said, "Hey, I need to go back to my house and mess with a couple things. I will meet you in the center of town in like 30 minutes to an hour. So you can come back, we can meet up, and we can go out and do what we need to do."
Sounds good.
What do we need to do?
This is while you're gone still, Pixie. So, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay, sorry.
Wrath, Pius. So the two of you have a few minutes that you're just kind of standing there waiting. Anything you wanted to do, or just stand there and wait?
So what's it like living with Nick?
They are very clean.
I'd imagine that's a good thing.
Well, yes, but I am a goblin by nature.
You were a goblin before you were a robot?
No, the metaphor. I am not very cleanly.
I see.
I am large, you see.
So it's like a bull in a china shop kind of scenario.
I cannot count the amount of plates I've broken.
Yeah, I can see how that would get messy.
Because I ate all the metal ones.
We are going to go ahead and roll a quick percentile to see if paper plates exist. And this one has I'd say a pretty darn high chance because of races like Warforged.
Well, I was thinking like a slate, like the thin,
Like pottery of some kind.
Yeah, either pottery or like the thin pieces of rock, like
like limestone,
like
or whatever.
like shale.
Yeah, disposable dishware of some kind. Just because there are races that destroy them so often. But shale actually would be a really good material because it could be reformed together fairly easily. So
why do you think I took mending?
That too. So yeah. There's definitely that type of disposable. Where I mean they have paper plates they sell too, but not so easy to mend. Very easy to clean with prestidigitation, but
which I also took.
Yes. So you could have paper plates, you could have shale plates that you kind of just put back together. You don't have any metal plates because Pius ate them all, and fine china probably just is not in your house.
I was gonna say Pius is probably the only one that's seen when I put on my like maid outfit and clean the house. With just mending and prestidigitation.
See,
it's
now,
like Fantasia in this motherfucker. Yeah.
Now I want to go back and I want to take the character profile and edit the photo and everything to get Nick in a maid outfit. Just like a modern maid dress.
Yep. That's it.
That's very good to know. I'll make sure to put the expensive glassware up whenever I see you walk into the bar.
Yes, I apologize in advance. It is something I am still getting used to.
Yeah, Red,
Even
you
after
probably
all
keep
these
some red
years.
solo cups around in the bar, just for people who have a tendency to break things. Even if you just know someone's too drunk, you start handing them red
Well-
solo cups instead.
I imagined it was more like copper or something that would dent and look like it attained wear, but just, I didn't have to keep buying.
Yeah.
So
All right.
people are slowly getting copper poisoning at my bar.
I mean, come on, that's easy to deal with. You have Pius. He's got the ability to kind of just clean up that poison at will.
There you go.
You just bring
Lead.
him business.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys have that little bit of a discussion there. Pixie and Nick, you get back. Pius, do you bring up the maid outfit to Wrath though?
No, I don't feel like I would, because that's. Well, I don't know. Would Nick be?
Is it a open secret?
Yeah. Would it be a secret to Nick that they
Oh.
wear that, or?
No, it would be. It wouldn't be. It's definitely not something that Nick would necessarily bring up in conversation. But they also wouldn't be ashamed of themselves. That's
Okay.
not.
Yeah. Then Pius probably would then.
All right. So yeah, Pius, or not Pius, Nick and Pixie, the two of you walk up, and Pius at this moment's talking about there's these it has these really nice frills at the bottom. It's frilled black material, and the apron comes down all the way to the edge to match the frilling.
It is very flattering on their exterior.
I'm sure it is. I never looked at Nick in that light.
What do you mean?
The physically appealing light.
Oh, I am still learning.
Yeah, so
I understand.
that's what you guys are hearing as you walk back up to the group and notice that Garrus is not there now.
Wait a minute. I heard something about a wardrobe.
Yes. Nick likes to clean our house in a maid outfit.
Oh my gosh, how much for it? I'll give you a fishing rod for the outfit.
That is up to Nick, not me. I do not require clothing.
Nick!
Yeah, you have the realization that Pius is always naked.
Technically,
Oh.
yes.
So,
Nick and
I'm
Pixie
kind
are
of
the
down
exact
for-
same height and roughly the same build.
Oh, it's so
Nick!
perfect.
Yeah.
Nick! I'll trade you a fishing rod for your outfit, please. Or you know what? I'll let you wear my armor that I'm getting from the boot, in exchange for letting me wear your little maid outfit, please.
So before Nick really gets a chance to respond, the door to the shop opens, and Patches pokes his head out and goes, "I'm not sure how my customers would feel having a group of you standing out here talking about a person named Nick, who they would probably presume is male based on that name, wearing a dress. Also, I see you have the rowboat. Would you like to come in and get your armor now and the blueprints?"
It's not a dress, it's a costume. Get it right.
Dress, costume, what is this? Fashion Souls?
Just
There's
stay
there's
out
a,
and
there's a big
play.
difference between the two.
Just stay out of this conversation. This doesn't involve you.
Well, I'll be inside waiting for that rowboat you have behind you.
Okay.
I'm
How's
not
it
going
walk?
to trade.
Huh?
I'm not going to trade my maid outfit I'm not going to trade my maid outfit for a fishing rod. What about me strikes you as I enjoy fishing?
No. I said, I didn't say my fish. I said fishing rod first, but I got thinking I can let you wear my new armor that I'm getting.
Is it heavy armor?
That's when you realize that Nick isn't exactly the type to wear armor either.
It's sexy armor.
Patches can't help himself but be like, anything sexy, depending on who wears it. And he pokes his head back in before you can even tell him off for interrupting your conversation again.
Who says
How about
that?
right now, you get
Patches.
the boat, you figure out how to get the boat in the door.
That is a good point. Would you like me to make a bigger door?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna rip the door, like, I'm gonna try and make a bigger door out of the door and just start ripping the wood off the wall.
Go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
I'm good at those. Come on. Oh, God damn it. Okay. You gotta be fucking kidding me. That's a nat 1.
That brings your total to 6 then?
Yep.
With a 6, not only do you not notice that you're making no progress with it, but the door seems to shrink, actually. As if magically fighting back.
Oopsie.
Oh, then let's try this. I still have levitate on the boat, I assume, correct?
How long does levitate los monos? How long does levitate last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Oh, yeah. You've got probably about 6 minutes left on it. 5-6 minutes.
Okay. I just push it towards the door. The boat.
Okay. So it gets to the door. It seems to be, just a little bit too wide. But as you push it through, the door just widens open.
There you go.
He's the smart one, right?
Yes, Nick is the
Yeah.
smart one.
Yes, I am just metal.
I've noticed.
You're smart in your own way.
Metal?
Yes. I'm really good at math.
Metal? You said metal?
Numbers. Math.
Right. But you
It's
said
work.
metal, not math. You're
No.
good at metal, not math.
I am made of metal, but I am good at math.
For a second
Okay.
there, I thought Pixie'd never heard of math before. She was just like, "This is what? What?"
Okay. I know some personal things about Star after a few years, and math may not be her strong point, but she does know of it.
It's a concept.
Trust me, I'm right there with you, Star.
Well, no, I thought you said math. I thought you said metal. I thought you said I'm good at metal.
Oh.
Oh no!
I didn't hear you say math.
Nocturnal bloodlust is in the house. Yeah, so it goes through nice and easy. And Patches just kind of sighs. I was really hoping to see something maybe a little more entertaining. Only one attempt to make the door bigger, and then you figured it out. Boring.
Sorry about that.
I mean, it was admirable, so I can't complain. And he picks the armor and blueprints up and puts them on the counter for you to take.
Now, is it in my size?
He says, put it on.
Alright. So I go try it on.
Let me take a look at your character sheet. You are a paladin. You can wear everything. But you gotta look at what you're actually currently wearing. You are wearing chainmail. That's going to take a couple minutes for you to take off before you can put the half plate on.
I thought it just said common clothes. I didn't see any chainmail on there.
No, you have chainmail. Common clothes are technically I put them in your inventory versus you're currently equipped. You're wearing both because you don't exactly wear armor without clothes typically. It causes too much chafing to not wear something underneath. Yeah, it would take you a couple of minutes, but he's clearly willing to let you take off the chainmail and put on the half plate. And while putting it on, you're like, this is way too big. But as you finish putting it on, it seems to shrink and form fit.
Is it sexy?
Well, let's see. What is Pixie's appearance score? Pixie has an appearance 13. You are, it is as sexy as you are. So above average.
Perfect. So I walk out and kind of start flirting with Nick and say, "Are you sure you don't want to trade?"
Yes.
I mean, mine's got thrilly things too.
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, come on, you're not being fair.
Don't worry. We will find you something that will fit your needs.
Tell you what, I'll come over and clean your house so I get to wear the little maid outfit.
Sure.
Really?
Sure. You can clean
Let's
up
go
after
clean.
Pius. You can clean up after Pius for a day. See
You
how
do
that-
not know what you have signed up for.
What's so clean?
How about we find a child that's missing instead?
Ah,
A
yes, the
child
boy.
missing?
Pius starts sprinting towards the tiefling's house.
Towards the tiefling's house. All right. Yeah, so the suggestion is made to go find the lost boy, and Pius books it off in the opposite direction of your house, Star. You're guessing he's on his way to this lost boy. Is everyone just going to try to follow after him very quickly?
Well, I don't know. I don't know nothing about it, so I'm gonna go back into the shop and I'm gonna start wringing his neck and saying, "You doted the boy!"
I didn't do anything with a boy. Look at the poster on the wall, woman. If you want a maid outfit so bad, I'll sell you one for 10 gold.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm wringing your neck here. I thought it was you.
If it were me, do you really think that I'd be standing here? Don't you think your friends would have killed me?
You don't
You're
have
all
any
so
friends.
violent.
Well, when there's a little boy involved, and since you kind of creep me out, Yeah.
I'm not Epstein, you know. My name is Patches. I'm a dick, not a pedophile. And you take it that again, he is a dick, and he will take low blows the longer you talk to him.
Fine. Give me my little flurry little outfit, and I want it really nice, sexy.
You realize that you only have 5 gold. And he wants 10 for it.
How about a kiss?
After this experience, I'd rather you just leave.
Please help me, I'm poor.
He rolls his eyes, reaches into your gold pouch, takes out the 5 gold, reaches under the counter, and tosses you a bright pink maid-out costume, and points to the door. He is clearly done with you.
I'll take the pink.
Alright, everyone, you are rushing over. Are you running to catch up, Pixie?
Yeah.
Alright. You all notice that she is louder than usual as she is running. Probably because she is wearing armor that is louder. But you all are running. You get over there. The door's closed. It's getting close to noon about this time. So, sun's up. Their door's closed, but you don't notice any movement or people really moving around in the house at the moment.
I'm gonna knock and say, "It is I, Pius. Please open."
You do hear a little bit of shuffling, and after probably about a minute, a tiefling woman opens the door. She's a little bit on the short side. She's about like 5'3". Her skin is a purple tinted color, and one of her horns appears to have been broken at some point. It doesn't look recent, and it looks like she has been crying. And she can't bring herself to really say hello or anything. She just stares.
Richter,
Yes?
I am here to help.
Is it about my boy?
Yes.
She sniffles a little bit. After you say yes, she looks like she is about to break down crying again. Just having it mentioned out loud.
Is Pyrenicus home?
She starts trying to shout for him, but it comes out very weak, barely above a whisper.
May I come in?
She nods and opens the door the rest of the way.
Okay, I'm gonna shuffle in and look for Pyranicus.
Okay. And she continues holding the door open. She seems to have noticed everyone else is there as well. So she's letting you all in.
I'll follow.
How about you, Nick?
Yep.
And you, Pixie?
I'm hesitant because tieflings and I don't really get along.
Would I know that?
Well, about Pixie,
Yes.
you know that Pixie specifically probably doesn't get along with a lot of races as a whole. Being a drow, she's been picked on, and she probably doesn't really naturally get along with just about any race that also is discriminated against. And tieflings are a heavily discriminated race. just as much as Drow are. As far as the side, since Star is mostly in control, you would have no idea about Star specifically with tieflings.
Okay. Okay.
Do I notice the hesitancy?
Let's see. You have... Yeah, you definitely notice it. You notice that she's hesitant to come in.
I'll kind of step back out the door. We can keep watch. And without any further words or anything, he just kind of walks and stands. Is there like a porch or area, stoop area or anything?
No, it's... Well, the whole thing is a porch. Almost all of the buildings are raised about 5 feet off the ground, so there's a staircase that leads up onto a porch space. So you're on the porch as soon as you walk out the door.
Okay, I'll just kind of stand at the top of the stairs looking out as if holding guard.
Ricta specifically looks towards you, Star, but she keeps her eyes down. She has not made eye contact with anyone, and just... I'm sorry. I'll leave the door open if you want to come in later. And starts to walk into the house and follow Nick and Pius. Pius...
Shut the door?
She leaves the door open in case the two of you want to walk in. Pius, I want you to go ahead and roll a stealth check for how heavy your footsteps are.
Oh boy. Oh, that's actually not bad. 1 second. That is a 22.
All right, no holes in the floor. The entire building is worn out more than most of the other houses in town, other than maybe some of them that aren't currently occupied. This family is fairly poor as a whole. Even as far as like they're wearing commoner clothes like most everyone in town, their clothes have some minor holes and tears in them. They're not very well off. They seem to only have the most basic of amenities. Even their living room space, when you first walk in, doesn't actually have anything in it. Your guess would be she was sitting on the floor in the living room, just crying.
God, that's so fucking sad, dude. Ugh. I feel bad for them.
So, do I notice this?
If you turn around and look through the door, you'd notice that. Let's see, the lowest passive perception we have is a 14 on someone who's not even here. So yeah, you would all notice what I just described about their wealth and status.
Since I know this and I'm so excited about my cute little outfit, my maid outfit that's pink, I kind of just motion to her, like, come here. And then I just hand her my maid outfit and say, try that on and see if that works for you.
So if you're only using like visual cue, just like with your hands motioning, she doesn't notice because her back is turned and she's following Nick and Pius.
Okay, so I guess I just walk in and just kind of set the outfit next to her. And then I turn to Pius and say, Pius, I think we should probably do something about her horn, and then I just walk.
Sorry, do something about her what? What'd you say?
Well, you know how she broke her horns? One of her horns broken?
Oh.
We should probably do something about that, and then I just walk out the door.
He nods. First, we must find the boy. And then we will worry about the details.
So you've done enough talking in the house. You notice from upstairs a gruff male voice. It sounds very hoarse, like either he's been screaming, crying. There's some type of strain on his vocal cords. And he's just, Richter, who is here? Do we have guests? Should I prepare the dining table?
There is no need, Pyranicus.
Oh, Pius, how can we help you?
I was just about to ask you that question.
Oh, you're going to help us find our son?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I was worried no one would help us. I'll be right down. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I am not decent right now.
From the sound of this guy's voice, can I get a read on this guy? Like, is he upset because, like, I want a general read on this guy. What's his vibe? Is he, like, sad because his child is missing? Is he, like, panicked that we're here? Can I tell by the sound of his voice, or do I need to wait and, like,
so
see
you can make an active insight right now if you want, or we can just kind of, if you're just kind of passively noticing it, we can use your passive. It's your choice whether you want passive or active right now.
I think I would actively be trying to insight this, because my concern, his wife is downstairs crying by herself. He's upstairs and not decent, and the child is missing.
Go ahead and roll that insight for me then.
Yeah, give me a second. Sorry, investigator brain kicking in, so I'm suspicious of everybody.
For sure.
That's fine. The other group kind of fails at anything like investigating type. They don't do so well at looking for details.
You said this is insight?
Yes, insight.
Okay, so whatever I roll +7.
Wrath?
Wrath is also kind of, whatever he can hear, he's trying to listen to pay attention to the mood of the people and everything like that also. So using his passive insight.
I was going to say, or you could help me, because I just rolled a 2, so that's a total of...
Well, I'm not in there,
Right.
That's the thing. I
Yeah.
don't know how much I can even hear.
Yeah, Wrath, you can hear it. He's shouting. So we can use your passive, or you can roll an active as well. So you got a total 9, Nick?
Yeah, I rolled a 2. Blech.
I got a 16.
16? 16 is good enough. And then, Pius, your passive 17 is also enough for noticing this. As far as not decent, he's pooping. And that's what he meant by he's not decent.
Got it.
He was in the bathroom.
Hell yeah.
So
It's all coming clear now.
yeah, and that's kind of why his voice was breaking up in the tension more than anything. Was he was actively pooping at that moment, but he felt he needed to announce his presence if people were in the house that weren't his wife.
Hey, I'd rather him be pooping than cleaning up, his child.
Yes, for sure.
One of the few times where that's the better outcome. All right, so we'll wait.
Diarrhea?
No, you can't hear the pooping noises, so you're guessing that it's probably just not a health issue for him, at least.
So we'll just wait for him.
Yeah,
It's a good poop.
he tries to wrap it up kind of as quick as he can. He's had a few minutes while you've been in the house, so it doesn't take him too long. Just another minute or two when you hear the pants coming up and his belt clicking. and he comes out, and his clothes are worn and old, just like Rick does. And he asks you what you want to know.
Where was the last place your son was seen?
To the north, over by the forest. We unfortunately weren't there. We were both at work, and he had gone out to play with a couple of his friends. And when we couldn't find him, we went to speak with their parents, and they said that there had been a beautiful woman out there offering him gold if he went with her. And they say he followed her into the forest.
What do you know the names of the children and their parents?
Random rolls. I love having a random name generator. Let's see. It was the Rayburn family, and the it was their children.
Okay. You said by the lake towards the north.
The forest. The forest.
By the
north.
forest.
Yes.
Gotcha.
No one lives in the forests, and from what they described, it doesn't sound like anyone we know in town. She was apparently goddess-like. They couldn't stop describing her beauty, and she wore an all-black ball gown. And a long pointed hat as well. I fear there may have been a witch luring him away.
We do not have much time.
Agreed. We should meet with the other children first, though, just to make sure. We could split up.
Splitting up might be the best idea here. Do we know of anyone any of us that are good at tracking? Maybe one of us can get on the trail and the other of us investigate the witnesses?
I'm pretty proficient in tracking, I think. Since I'm good at nature.
It is survival for tracking. And Pixie,
Yeah,
you
I'm
are
pretty
not
good
so good at that. You only have a +2 in survival.
I'm
really?
Yeah.
not the worst at it. We used to have to track people that, took shore leave when they weren't supposed to off the ship. So I'm not the worst at it. I've had my share of tracking people.
I am quite good as well. I have never been great with words anyway.
Well, that's the thing. I'm also good with words, but it's more intimidating than trying to coerce them.
So, Nick, Pixie, you two should go talk to the families. Me and Wrath will check the forest.
No, I want to check the forest.
Okay.
Oh, dang. The highest bonus any of you have is +5. The only person with proficiency happens to only have a +2 wisdom.
And I got a foot.
You have a total +2. You have the lowest survival out of everybody, actually. Not something you really needed. You were raised in a noble family, and you operated a port town, so not really skills you ever picked up as a whole.
But if you're proficient with it, then you get better at it as you level up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'll go with Nick then. Pius, you help see if we can find the trail. Do we have any way of communicating between each other in distances?
I cannot shout very loud.
You all probably figure that if you had the gold, Patches has an answer.
Of
Maybe
course he
that
does.
clown has a sending stone of some kind.
Yeah,
I don't know how
Nick
much those
definitely
normally
knows of
cost.
magic items that allow long distance communication. I mean,
Yeah.
the rings you have are technically a form of that, a very advanced theoretical form. Well, not so much theory anymore.
I've got a plan. We summon Patches and give him the message, and then y'all summon Patches and give him the message, and we use him to get the message back and forth until he gives us a long-way communicator, because then he just gets annoyed.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
I love how
Okay
we
with
are
this.
taking out our frustrations against Patches from other sources. He deserves
I
it, and
like
he
it
knows
with this.
about what he's done. He knows what he's about.
I'm okay with this, but I feel like we need a way to ensure that he'll get the right message across.
Well, we have our weapons. We can do it.
Well, he
I'm
can
just
also
saying, Pius said he didn't trust the man, and I'm
He al-
inclined to agree with him.
he also apparently has the unique ability to move physical things through this extra-dimensional space, which is beyond my capability. But if he can, that means that in theory we could move through.
So you do know that is a property of the ring, not of his. Not.
And didn't you have to be more powerful in order to use the ring to begin with?
Also that.
Yep.
Maybe some kind of flare. This area isn't that large, is it? Do we have a flare of any kind? I could shoot the sky with lightning, I suppose, but I'm not sure how much visually that would be.
You don't have any flares, but you know that you could get some flare arrows for about a silver apiece. Typically, that's the going rate.
And crossbow
You know
bolts
what?
as well.
Why don't we do this?
Yeah, and you can definitely
Instead
get the
of-
weapons.
Doing this,
Okay.
why don't we actually meet back here by an hour after dark and see what we can do?
I just, I don't want you and Pius to have all the fun on the witch.
worry,
You do
we
know
will
that
save
it's been
some
about
for
enough
you.
time that if one of you headed to the center of town, you could meet back up with Garrus as well, or with Cleth.
I figured we'd pick him up on the way to the investigation with the kids.
Yeah.
We do have a problem though. What about Flower?
They'll be okay for another night. I say we just...
You know what? I was
leave
actually
him in-
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
We could
you
probably
never
go-
mentioned taking him out of the boat. Last you knew, he's at Patches.
That's
Oh,
fine.
shit.
He can hang out there.
Yeah, we gotta go get
Patches
Flower.
will take care of him.
Patches will take care of his gold pouch, that's for sure.
Oh,
That's not
fucking
on
hell.
me.
All right. I don't know. Let's just head to the forest.
We just go
And then just
straight to
meet
tracking.
back here.
Yeah, let's
Alright,
just
go
go to. If we feel like it would be too much time, that's fine. We can just. My concern is that going straight to the forest with not all of the information and being
We're not sure what it is, yeah.
So as a whole, just like entire journey across the high road, you guys know that it's expected to take 5 to 6 months, roughly, and you have a year to get to the other side before they presume you dead. So you do have time you can spend if needed on that. As far as the witch, if
I'm more worried about the life of the child.
Yeah,
I figured.
yeah.
when it comes to
It's
the
not
witch,
known for this
there's one of two situations. either he is dead already because she just needed flesh off of him right away, or she's fattening him up for some purpose, and you have a few days at least. So it's either body retrieval or you have some time. One of the two.
Let's find the boy.
Let's find the boy.
Yes.
All right, so are you all just going to head out to the forest then? Or split up?
Yeah.
We're gonna
Okay.
go see if we can pick up a trail.
All right, so there are 4 of you. So 2 of you
Oh,
can make
so
survival
what?
checks with advantage.
Sorry, make survival check.
Yeah, 2 of you can make survival checks with advantage, because 2 of you will actually be doing tracking, the other 2 will be assisting those 2.
I'll do one of those.
So I will be doing the tracking as well.
So
Even though I'm
glad I
not
have
good at it,
advantage.
but I'm gonna do it.
All right,
Okay.
so
That's much
Raph
better.
and Pixie, the 2 of you each get to roll survival with advantage.
Pius, I think, was doing it.
Oh,
Can you hear
Pius.
me, by the way? My mic fell down. Okay.
Well, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I can hear you. Sorry, I
Oh, unless you weren't. I'll do it if you want. I thought you were already rolling it though.
you both have
You-
plus
you can do
5, so ultimately it's the same bonus.
Okay. I got a 20, dirty 20.
Oh my god, that's what I rolled too. Jesus Christ.
Pixie, how about you? Oh, there it is. Pixie is typing. Roll a second time, and then we'll take the higher of the 2.
Oh, I didn't even roll with advantage. Hold on.
Oh, that wasn't even advantage. Okay.
The second one was worse. 17.
Sorry.
Oh, so close, Pixie. So close. 1 roll to rule them all.
Oh my goodness.
Roll.
Okay.
Roll. All right. So we got a 15
14.
and a 20.
Dirty 20.
So both of those are good enough to distinguish all 3 sets of tracks that you notice. That being said, there is, of course, what would appear to be a pair of human feet, 1 adult, 1 child. There is another set of tracks that you find that seems to be a pack of wolves. And you notice that the 3rd set, oddly enough, looks like a bunch of chicken claw marks, and there should not be any chickens out here.
Oh my god.
And they are going 3 different directions.
So, we'll come back to this, and I point to the chicken ones. But I think this one is where we're going, and I start walking with the tracks of the adult and child.
All right.
Okay. So Dylan has an idea of what this is. How big are the chicken tracks?
Oh my god. We're in the same, like, our brains are so connected. I was literally going to ask that.
So they are above average, but they're not quite double the size of normal chicken tracks.
Okay, that's good. Ish. Is there any way I can tell if these are actually chicken tracks or if they might be a different animal with chicken-like feet? That's how we'll phrase my question.
Knowledge checks. It's up to what type of knowledge do you want to roll? Like, what domain do you think it would be in? The natural beast plant world for nature, something more
No.
demonic, angelic, undead for religion. Arcana's more the magical creatures like unicorns or.
I think this is more of an arcane creature, if it's what I'm thinking of. So I'm gonna try that.
All right.
+8. Oh. Do I need to? Do I need to stream my dice rolls, or y'all believe me if I?
No need to stream it. I'll believe it.
Okay.
I'll believe it until I start seeing too many nat 20s in a row. Well, too many high rolls in a row. Let me correct that.
15, plus 8. So
23.
23
23.
on Arcana.
So you don't necessarily get a lot of information thinking about it. But you do know there was a debate at one point about whether a certain creature was demonic in nature or simply a magical variation of a normal animal. Kind of like the debate that happened whether unicorns are naturally occurring beasts or they're magical creatures. And this creature is known as an abyssal chicken.
Gotcha.
Ultimately, it was decided that they are chickens from literal hell. They are demons.
I was wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I was wrong too, and I'm glad I was wrong.
Yeah, 'cause we
Cockatrice
don't-
are no fun, are they?
So I was either between cockatrice or a Baba Yaga, which I was really worried about.
Okay,
Yeah,
a Baba Yaga's feet are way bigger than regular chicken feet, though.
But then
so...
I was like, well, and then I was like, well, we're low level. It might just be like a baby, like a little hut that's stealing children rather than like full blown people.
I did consider Baba Yaga for this this Lost Boy quest, just to make y'all aware of that. I did, and I was like, that's a little high for a level 1 adventure.
Yeah.
Nope, we were thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not a Baba Yaga.
Me too.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
you do find you find the trail. You are more than capable of following the path that the 2 sets of footprints led. About an hour into the forest, though, the 2 sets of footprints, suddenly there's 3 different paths, as if they literally split into 3 pairs and went 3 directions. No overlaid
Well.
footprints or anything.
We've run into a problem.
Well, we're on the path of just finding the boy. So let's just go with the boy, because that's our mission right now, and
Well-
then we'll worry about the feet.
So that's what's happening, is you're following the boy, and the boy and Witch's footprints seem to go 3 different directions now. So you don't know
Can
which
I-
way they actually went.
Can I determine if there's any kind of well, that wouldn't really be my wheelhouse. Nick,
Oh, wait a minute.
is there any
There's
kind of
4.
arcane trickery going on here? What is this?
Wait a minute. There's 4 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
3 paths. We all go one way. And then-
the 4th?
And then Pius and I, since I don't have a very good survival, can go with me. And we go one way.
I'm concerned that this may be a trap intended to do just that.
Can
We won't
I?
know until we try.
Can
No,
I?
that's why we're trying to.
Can I? So we followed one path to this one section, and then it splits off into 4 different. Correct?
Into 3 different.
3 different.
Yes.
Can I scrutinize? Can I compare the track that we followed, compare it to the other 2 different track? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compare the 3 tracks to the one that we were following.
Go ahead and roll an investigation, since you're kind of looking for deeper detail, like measuring footprints, that sort of thing.
That's what I was hoping for.
And that's why I told you to do it.
That's why I ask my questions the way I do. That is a nat 1. So,
Oh, no.
Ouch.
but that brings me to a 9.
Can
That's
it
a-
be with advantage because I was helping him to look?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll some advantage there.
Okay.
Do I need to?
That's a 19.
No.
That's way better.
Yes.
That is a 27.
No, Nick, not No, those are squirrel tracks. Over here, the human ones.
Yeah, because my survival sucks. I got no idea what feet look like.
Yeah, you had a moment and had to have the squirrel tracks pointed out, which at that moment you do become a little concerned because those are definitely squirrel tracks and they're the size of human feet. So that on its own is a little concerning, but yeah, you get over
back around to the wildlife problem in this area.
Yeah, you get over there, you start taking a look, and you notice that all 3 split paths are 100% identical. There is an exact spacing between each step, each pair. It is 100% identical, as if the path they walked was then magically replicated to the 2 other directions. So it looks like magic was involved to create a false path. Well, 2 false paths.
Okay. Is there... What do the 3 different paths look like?
So you're in the middle of the forest. You're not technically on any type of path or anything. But one continues the same direction you're going, just straight north. The other's heading northwest, the other northeast. Towards the northwest would be kind of up to the path that the hermit would reasonably have been taking up and down the mountain to his cave. And the northeast path would head into an area that's typically not traveled too often, because a dragon used to live over there, doesn't anymore, but the area is still kind of fucked up. It was a green dragon, so it's still got some poisonous gas in the air and such.
I have...
Which, that sounds like somewhere I'd go.
I was thinking the same thing.
Let me try one thing before we commit. One more thing.
Very well.
Let me go to the farthest most left one.
Okay. The northwest path.
And I am going to cast prestidigitation. Prestidigitate. So I can fucking words.
Right?
I swear.
Just on that first, just the set that leads, the first set that leads away on the far left
just
side.
That
not
first couple
get rid
of
of the whole
sets.
thing.
You do that to clean up the ground, which would get rid of the footprints and everything, and nothing happens.
All right. I go to the middle one, and I do the same thing.
They disappear.
I go to the far right one, and I do the same thing.
Nothing happens.
We go to the middle one. Follow the center.
How thorough you are. I can respect that.
Well done, my friend.
Well done indeed.
Thank you.
That is some out-of-the-box thinking.
What is it? What happened?
He used prestidigitation basically to see if the footprints were illusions or real. And he discovered that 2 of the paths were illusions and the 3rd was real. Which is the path that just continues north.
Like I'm a wizard that has a cleaning problem and I know what an illusion is.
Right? You probably got hazed a lot in the college setting with people making messes of your room through illusion, so it wasn't even actually messing with your room. That way they couldn't get in trouble.
I want that spell. That's good. Alright, let's go.
Turn to Pixie and just cast prestidigitation.
It cleans up her boots quite nicely. They're shiny now.
It cleans up my what?
Your boots. Shoes. I doubt you're wearing high heels, since you were planning to go on an adventure.
I'll start helming to continue to track the tracks.
Alright, go ahead and roll another survival check. Is anyone assisting Wrath in following the tracks this time? Alright.
I will assist since I helped find the path.
Alright, Wrath, you have advantage on survival, and then Nick and Pixie, the 2 of you aren't taking part, so if you wanted to, you can pair up for a survival check as well.
Yeah, definitely should, because I got an 11. Rolled like shit.
No, I'll go ahead and do the damn thing. Well, shit. Not much better.
Can I do
13.
a +4?
Yeah, yours would be +4. Oh, dang. 23. All right. Yeah, the tracks weren't hard to follow. You found them. They are definitely less than 24 hours old. The little bit of snow also makes them easy to follow. So you guys kept that pretty well. With that 23, though, you notice that they're older tracks, and they seem to be the same ones as the adult footprints, so presumably the witch. But you notice off to the east, there seems to be another set of tracks where she had come down from the north, and then she veered to the side. You can't quite tell where they go, but it looks like she went somewhere over there for some reason as well, in the past few days, before she kidnapped the child.
And I hear this,
Well,
nobody
we're
else does?
focused.
You see this.
Yeah, this is what you see while doing the whole survival thing. You notice that other set of footprints that are clearly the witches, but they're alone, and they're much older. So she probably went that way before she came to town and kidnapped the child.
Okay.
I'm thinking we should follow the new footprints. Wait, can you do that levitate thing for him? Can you make the footprints do that thingamajig?
Levitate the footprints?
Yeah.
Levitate would definitely not work that way. But yeah, you know, for some reason she went out that way, which is just more indication that wherever she's staying is further north.
What I will do is where it splits. If you point out where it splits, is there a tree or anything near it?
Oh yeah, you're in a forest.
All right, I'm gonna grab a dagger, one of my daggers, and I will carve an X into that tree, so that way we see the X on our way back.
Smart thinking.
Thanks.
A good reminder
That's what I'm good at.
about it. All right. It only takes about another 2 hours of travel, and you come up to a clearing. You don't notice anything in the clearing, and that's the problem. There's nothing in the clearing. There's no snow. There's no grass. It is just all dirt. Nice dry dirt.
More illusions.
It's about 50 feet wide. 50-foot diameter. It's square in shape, which is odd in itself, because clearings aren't normally near perfect squares.
Not knowing as much as Nick, I have to agree with Pius. I would assume an illusion here as well.
Illusion.
I'm gonna
Can I check?
pick up. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pick up a rock and chuck it towards the middle of the clearing.
So you chuck the rock. Go ahead and roll a strength check. It'll basically be a number of feet per the point. Like you're rolling the number of feet you threw at plus 5 feet. So
Okay, that is a 20.
20 total? All
Yep.
right. So you toss it, and about 18 feet in, it seems to bounce off something and bounce back.
Aha!
Nice work. So how do we break the illusion? Because I don't want to walk in there blind.
Like, does the thing, like, is it kind of like a trampoline?
No, you heard the sound of wood, like it bounced off a house.
I have a way to break wood.
I'm listening.
I can blow it up.
Well, if
Run
the
the risk of
child's
hurting the
inside-
child.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not sure that's the
Take
play.
a,
Plan B.
do it all. It's fun.
Yeah, Plan B though. Plan B. Well, hell. I kind of just like peer into it as if I can break the illusion with my mind.
Roll an intelligence save.
An intelligence save?
Yep.
Alright. That is an 18.
You see the house.
Ah!
It's just a little wooden shack.
Just focus really hard at it.
Beauty of magic is illusions are typically broken by intelligence. Yeah, so
All right.
he
Can I do
says
the
that,
same?
Nick, and you're very well aware that's how to do it. So yeah, everyone go ahead and roll some intelligence saves.
I wasn't expecting that to work at all.
Oh fuck!
I rolled a 9 for 19.
God, dude.
You rolled a 9 for 19 on an intelligence save?
Yeah, I got a plus 10 to my intelligence saving throws.
Holy cow! How do you have a holy cow? That's a big number for level 1.
That really is.
Yeah.
I have an 8 on charisma though. To be fair.
Yeah, my intelligence is-
Oh no.
You have a total Nick. You have a plus 8, not a plus 10, because you have a plus 6 intelligence.
My intelligence
plus,
saving throw?
Yeah, your saving throw is plus 2 because of proficiency.
No. And then plus 2 more from the Staff of Power.
Oh shit, that's right. You have a staff of power, which gives you a plus 2 on. So that's on your spell save DC, not on saving throws you roll.
It says bonus on saving throws.
It means your
And then what
save
I've got-
D3, save DC, I believe. Let me double check that. I might be mixing that up with another one at the moment. My brain regularly mixes things up. So let me reread
Let me
it.
pull it up again. I'll reread it.
Yeah.
This
So I remember
there's
there's one that increases your spell save DC, and another that doesn't. Plus 2 to attack.
this one. Okay. You want me to read
It's
which one
armor
I've got?
class, saving throws, and spell attack rolls. Yeah, it's your saves. You have a plus 2 to all saves. We need to update your parameter section to add that plus 2 to all saves. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I picked it.
Right. You have a plus 10. Oh, so you got a 19. You're good. You see the house.
Poor pies. His sensors can't pick it up.
I got a 4.
4. Yeah, you still don't see the house. And Pixie, let me look at dice rolls. And you got a 14. Pixie, you see it. Everyone but Pius now sees the little house. It's
Damn it.
like 10 foot wide by 10 foot wide. It is a little shack. One room. And you notice that there is some smoke coming out of the chimney on the right side of it. There is a door and a window on the side you're on.
Quick question. Is the house made out of candy?
It is made out of wood.
Yeah.
I have another question.
Yes.
Would I know that changing making the illusion do something that it couldn't really do? So if it looks like nothing and I open a door, right?
Does it break?
It would break the illusion, correct? Because then there's something where nothing should be.
So you know that typically the way it works is it more or less changes the way that people perceive the illusioned object, unless it's just like a straight illusion being made. But an illusioned object, the object itself is being changed in the perception of others. So if you open the door, The illusion would stick on the outside that makes it look like it's not there, but then they could see into the house unless the inside is illusioned as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess it depends on where the illusion is being cast. Because if the illusion is being cast on like the front of the house, then it wouldn't really change. Other than now, there's a hole in the middle of the wood.
If it's just the outside being illusion to look like there's nothing there, you'd open the door and it would look like it's just a hole in existence that leads into a house. Whereas if it's literally the entire house, it would have no effect. And if it's not the house at all, then it would have no effect.
Should I sneak up and take a peek? See what's inside? Or do you think we just bum rush this? I mean, she kidnapped a child.
You assume that throwing a rock that you could audibly hear bounce off the house has alerted her that someone is there.
That's true.
And I guess our element of surprise is gone. Let's go.
Just tell me where to charge, and I will charge.
I will actually. Yes. No. I love this. Everybody, step back a second, and I'm going to put Pius and line him up straight for the door. So if he runs in a straight line, he will just steamroll through the door.
I like that idea.
All right, Pius, give me a strength check with advantage because you will be moving your full speed to get to the door, basically. You'll be moving 20 feet to get there.
So glad I had advantage. Holy shit. That's not much better. 13.
13 is enough to break down the door. Not super well. You knock the door down, but you go down with the door. You are prone. Go ahead and roll initiative, everybody. Because both sides are completely aware of the other and have just been waiting.
Where was that 18 earlier? What the fuck, dude?
I got good initiative too.
So that means...
Initiative is what? Strength or dexterity?
You have an actual spot marked as initiative, but I believe yours is just dexterity. I don't think anyone has a bonus to initiative right now.
No, usually it takes a feat.
It's just your...
Yeah, it's just going to be your dexterity mod right now. So you have a +3.
Yeah, I got a 21 for initiative.
So is it roll 1d15 plus 3?
D20 plus 3. So we had who got a 21?
Pius.
All right.
Wrath has a 20.
Some high rolls.
What the hell? I got a 1, 2, 3.
I got a 19.
You typed 120 plus 3, so you gotta try that again. You got a 19, you said?
19 total. Yep.
21, 20, 19.
Nice.
Heck
yeah.
Hey, just saying, only a 13. Disappointing. I was hoping for an 18 or a 22.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just keeping in line. All right, so we have the witch with a 17, and then
that was close.
Yeah.
Pixie has a 13. All right, that puts Pius at the top of the turn order technically, but she had a held action waiting for you to come through the door. So her held action will go off first. What is her spell attack bonus? A +5. And yeah, you go down with the door. She was waiting. She was not expecting you to fall on your face. And a bolt of fire just shoots over your head and out the door. Doesn't hit anybody. And Pius, you are up first on the initiative.
He's going to stand up and kind of like stretch his back Where is the boy? And then he's going to cast Sacred Flame on her.
All right. That's a 2-hit, correct?
Is it?
Yes. Yeah, Sacred Flame is to hit.
No.
Yes.
No, it's a deck save. No, it's a deck save. It's
a deck save.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's why I was double checking, as I couldn't quite remember.
What's the other one that I'm thinking of?
Guiding
Bolt. It's Guiding Bolt that's to hit. Yeah.
Mm,
Toll the Dead and Sacred Flame are both saves.
What is your save DC?
2 seconds.
Play 15, 16.
15.
15. She passes.
Damn. Barely. Fuck.
Yeah, literally barely. Because this is a point of contention. Actually, might be the appropriate word amongst various groups. Ties on things. Aggressor wins.
You don't play meets it, beats it?
Well, it's aggressor wins ties. Not player meets it, player wins. It's just outright aggressor wins the ties. So whoever's the aggressor in the circumstance. Which, like casting Sacred Flame, you are the aggressor, so you would win
Even
if
you
she
rolled a
tied
15.
you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like if she had rolled a 15, since you're the aggressor, she would lose on that tie because you're the aggressor. But that also works in reverse. You have to beat the DC, not meet it.
Okay.
So, and that's why I'm bringing it up, is the absolute consistency of aggressor wins ties. All ties. That would include on skill checks, opposed skill checks. Whoever is the aggressor in that circumstance. So, not like it comes up super often, but enough that it's worth mentioning. So yeah, she manages to kind of just barely get out of the way. And that's when you notice she's standing in front of the boy, and you barely missed him, too.
Oh. Whoops.
And he is sitting on a chair, eating a turkey leg, basically.
He's standing in front of the boy?
Yeah, she is standing in front of the boy, she was stirring a large cauldron, you assume. Because there's a stick in it, and it's actively got smoke going up. And the boy is sitting on a chair behind her, eating a turkey leg. There is also a giant rat in the far left corner.
I'm gonna throw the rat on her.
You are not inside. But Pius, you still have movement and a bonus action. If there's anything else you want to attempt to do that you have actions for.
What would my bonus actions be?
Generally, level 1 clerics don't have many options for that.
I'm going to... Is grappling a bonus action? Or is that an action?
That's an action.
Okay.
It takes
Well,
the place of an attack action, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to walk and stand right in front of her.
Okay. Alright, then that would make it Wrath's turn. You see him go down, bolt of fire goes over his head, he stands up, and he chucks some flame inside, after shouting at her, "Where's the boy?" And then he steps forward. You heard no screams of pain, though, in all of that.
Alright. How far from her am I specifically?
You'd be about 10 feet from the door, and the house is only 10 by 10. For combat purposes, you assume 4 people can fit in that space, total. And you know there's at least 2 that would be actively trying to fight.
So she's within 15 feet of me, say.
Yeah, if you like step to the side, you could look through the window and see her in about 15 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to cast Lightning Lure. So you see Wrath swap his staff over to his left hand, and then he kind of whips his hand down, and you see lightning crawl down through his wrist and into his fingers, and he lashes it out in front of him, and she has to make a strength save with a DC of 16.
She's gonna have to roll really good for this. She has a -1. Oh no. Almost like forest hags kind of suck at strength. She failed that with her 7.
Idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so she is pulled 10 feet in a straight line towards me.
And it looks like you deal a D8 damage as well.
If she ends up within 5 feet of me, then I deal a D8 of damage.
Okay. Well, she's being pulled straight into a wall and through a window. So she's going to take a D6 of damage from that.
Well, I had assumed I had gotten, like, in the doorway where I could see that the kid was behind her. That way I'm, like, pulling her away from the kid. And maybe allowing Pius to get between them.
In that case, because Pius was in between you and her, she would instead get pulled into Pius along the way. So Pius, make a strength save to see if that pushes you.
You're strong, right?
Well, I can't break doors. Oh, that's better.
If you came up to the door, though, she's ending within 5 feet of you, so you can go ahead and roll that D8 as well.
Okay.
That's a 24.
Baby, that's 8 damage.
8 damage. I don't actually have to roll the damage she takes, but Pius, you have a +5 strength modifier, correct?
+6.
+6. And max damage on the being pulled into a giant chunk of metal with the +6 strength mod because you're resisting. So she just took 20 damage in total off technically one attack. She had 8 hit points, and that is over double her health. She dies on impact, basically. Here's an instance where I am absolutely happy to finally, for the first time ever, take a page out of Matt Mercer's book. And how do you want this to happen?
So I'm going to...
Clothesliner.
Wrath walks up, and again, he swaps his staff to his left hand, and he looks up, and you just see the lightning coursing through his body and coalescing in his hand as he whips it forward, and you see a lash of lightning come out and wrap around her chest, and then he yanks it towards him. Pius, how do you end her?
Just a good old sock to the face.
Just clothesliner with your...
Yeah, an old classic. Just no, actually, I'm gonna RKO her.
Do it.
All right.
Just RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah. So you grab her, you whip her forward, and just Pius notices it, and just boom. And there's this woman's head is clean torn off, just in the soup now.
Wait, it's
And I mean, it even kind of looks like the old Rock'em Sock'em robots when you do it, because you just pull her spine up too. So there's just ridges between her neck and her head before it leaves, as it's just pops. And the rat in the corner just fizzles out of existence because it was clearly a magical familiar. And that's the end of combat. And the small child that was behind her is now just looking at the giant metal man, horrified, with blood splattered across his face. And he just lifts the turkey leg to his mouth and takes a bite. Does this mean my family won't get the gold they need?
They will. They'll get the gold they need. It's time for you to get home. Come on.
He does not argue. He is more than happy to follow. And he is fat and happy and still kind of horrified, but he seems to be almost dazed, as if there's some type of magic spell that hasn't ended on him that's keeping him calm.
I lean into Nick. You may want to clean up your robot friend. He's got a little something right there.
Yes, I know.
Well done, Pius.
You as well, Wrath.
You boys.
Executed very well.
Very, very well indeed.
All right, Pixie, you're. I'm gonna guess you're gonna run up as they all start chit-chatting as if combat's over.
I'm gonna take her head.
Okay, so you run in and you notice she's decapitated. You want to grab her head, but you don't see her head right now. You do notice what looks like a spine coming out of the cauldron, though.
No, I want to investigate it.
All right, it doesn't take much of an investigation. You gotta automatically pass. Yeah, it looks like her head was just clean off. It is in the soup, and it's hot. So either you're going to reach into a boiling stew to grab her head, or you can pull it out by the spine.
Pull it out by the spine.
While she's doing that and the boys have the child, I'm going to take a look around this house real quick.
All right. Are you just going to kind of like literally look, or are you going to kind of dig around? Basically perception or investigation.
I would prefer investigation.
All right. And the main reason for defining that difference, perception is just your raw senses, an overview, whereas investigation is actually like moving things, getting close, touching them. It's how you trigger traps on accident. So.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation for me. Star, where are you going to put the head now that you've pulled it out of the soup? There's a potato stuck in the mouth. By the way, there's a chunk of potato in its mouth.
I'm going to carry her.
You're just going to carry it? Not put it in your bag or anything?
I have a bag of holding.
You do not have a bag of holding. That's just a section on the list, so if you get a bag of holding, you can separate what counts for your weight and what does not. You have room in your bag still. You could put it in your bag with everything else.
I'll put it in my bag, and then I'm going to investigate the house for some gold.
Okay.
I rolled a 17.
You rolled a 17. Roll an investigation, Pixie.
Yeah.
Pius, Wrath. You notice Nick starts immediately checking the house. Pixie is pulling the head out and putting it in her bag.
We'll take care of the child. Just, meet us back up in the town square when you're done.
Wait, don't go back to the town square yet. We want to check the other path that she came down. Don't forget.
Do we want to bring the child to that, though? Maybe we come back to that place.
He is wearing what appears to be a fur coat that you presume his family was not rich enough to really buy. It looks a little too nice. Like the witch gave him a fur coat to keep him warm.
I will take the child back to town while you investigate. I will be back.
Pius, we'll just meet you back at that marked tree.
Very well.
All right.
And then I walk towards the town with the boy.
All right. So we got an 18 and a 17. Was it, Nick?
Yep.
Okay, 18 and 17. It doesn't look like she necessarily has all that much that's worth anything. No gold. You find no money of any kind, but you find probably about 100 gold worth of spell components. Again, you do not understand how, but this woman has an entire jar of ground dung beetle, along with various herbs and animal parts.
So do I just add 100 gold?
Makes sense.
I take those.
Well, Pixie,
Pixie,
you're kind of investigating in a different part. This is what Nick found on his side.
I thought you were talking about me. I'm so sorry.
No, Nick, you find
just 100 gold.
Yeah, 100 gold worth of spell components is the way you can put it on your character sheet.
Okay.
They're not necessarily super useful unless you plan on crafting things out of random animal bits. So.
Sure. Spell components are spell components, though.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
That guano gets used, son. Let's go.
And you don't know many spells that use dung beetle, but dung beetle on hand is good for all the same, especially in these parts. It's rare. It's not like you're gonna find dung beetles on your journeys. As far as what you find, Pixie, you find her wardrobe. And when you open it, you're not terribly confused. You know of magic like this, so it doesn't really throw you off. But when you open the door, you're just standing there, and it's like, you can't help but think, did I just find the wardrobe to Narnia? Because you look in, and it just opens up into, like, a massive room. The walls are lined with clothes hanging. A giant magical closet.
I'm taking all of the clothes.
You do not have enough backspace to take all of the clothes. You could probably take about 15 of the outfits, but your inventory would be full if you took that many outfits.
I want to wear them all.
You do not have enough body space. You cannot put on 200 shirts. You would have to pick and choose, and they range. There's winter clothes, there's summer clothes. You find a section that's just swimsuits. You have no idea why, but she has a handful of one pieces, two pieces, skirted bikinis. She's got formal wear. She has sundresses. She has pants and shirts. She has men's clothes. She has women's clothes. She looks like she has literally any clothes she could possibly need to disguise herself with to go anywhere in the world. You do notice that there's one dress and one suit in particular that are probably worth about 200 gold each. They are very fine. They are made by an individual who is known for hand-making clothes for high-ranking nobles. These are clothes that your family was not important enough to be able to purchase from him. He would not give your family the time of the day.
Can I use my fishing tackle to kind of just wrap all of the clothes on like a fishing tackle?
So a tackle is the part that goes on the end. That is not fishing line. Let's see. You have an explorer's pack. You have 50 foot of rope. So yeah, I mean, you could pile them all together, tie the rope tight, and just pull a bundle of clothes behind you through the snow. To be able to clean and fix them. All right.
I'm gonna do it.
So, Wrath, Nick, you notice that not only she opens the doors to the wardrobe in the corner, and she just walks fully into it, and she's in there for a few minutes.
Now,
I was with Pius.
Oh, you're outside with Pius. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Pius are going to bring the boy back while they look around.
Okay, then, Nick, you notice that as you finish putting all the ingredients in your bag, she is still inside this wardrobe. You can't see into it from your angle.
I'll wander over.
Yeah, you notice this big giant room, and She's laid out a rope, and she is just piling clothes. Oh, excuse me. She is just piling clothes on top of each other on this rope. Like, she's about to just tie it as a bundle and pull it behind her like a hay bale.
Forget it, Nick.
How-
I found it. You're not taking any of these clothes. Oh, look! A cute little maid outfit.
Yeah, she has a maid outfit in there as well. And she has 2 wigs that are hung with it. One is a short kind of pixie cut. Well, both are like a short pixie cut, but one is kind of reddish pink and the other's blue.
Okay. I don't want any of the clothes.
Good.
I was more going to say, shouldn't you give some to the family? Maybe the nice ones there, so they may, if not wear them, sell them.
Not tough. I was already gonna do that.
Okay.
You two, well, Star, you do not have enough passive insight for this. But Relic, Dylan, you do. Your passive 15 insight. You would know that if they're walking around in I'm trying to think of a brand. God, I do not know high fashion in the real world.
Gucci.
Oh, no. Gucci is nothing compared to this. This is like
Prada?
handmade stuff for royalty, sort of thing. Like that personal tailor to the Queen of England type clothing.
Would it be Prada?
And you know that if there were common folk walking around in this, they would probably be lynched.
Oh, I meant to sell the clothes, not to like wear them necessarily. But
wear them,
I mean,
sell them,
if they-
they should not have them. And they would likely be very much brutally punished as criminals for having them.
we could sell them for them, though.
Yes, you could. Yeah, the rest of the clothes, no issues there, but the specific dress and suit, those ones, not really. You would have to sell them yourselves. Being epic heroes, it's at least reasonable that you might have been able to get them at some point.
I would also imagine that even with Pixie doing what she's doing and trying to tie them all together, like it would still be a lot. Like there's still probably be a lot of clothes left over, based on your description.
So 50 foot of rope could create a 40-foot circumference with 10 feet of draw pull. And there's no way that these are going to stack 40 feet high and be 40 foot wide.
That's fair.
There's a lot of clothes, but not that many. The weight, on the other hand, being that there's about 200 outfits and each one weighs about 5 pounds, means it's almost 1,000 pounds worth of clothing.
Okay.
Pullable, but it is going to be a pain in the ass, and you will be moving slow.
Where's my levitator?
Levitate will not
Levitate
last
can
long
pick that
enough to
up.
get back to town.
Got it.
Also, couldn't levitate that weight.
That too.
There is a limit.
Man, if only you had a rowboat you could put it in that would slide across the snow nice and easily.
Oh my goodness, what a great idea! I'll go get my rowboat!
You know where the house is.
I can see if she has a rowboat laying around.
So we feel like we've significantly ransacked this house. Yes. Pixie?
The house is
All right.
barren of anything else of value. And the two of you, there's enough slack, the two of you pulling together could at least walk normal speed.
Okay.
And
You're helping for this.
And I would like to, if I could, look at the closet
Mm-hmm.
before we leave. The closet itself to see if there is an indicator of the magic being used on.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Gotcha.
You know what? May I do that too?
Is it?
Yeah. Actually, Nick, just go ahead and roll with advantage. Pixie is assisting you.
Okay. That's good because that one was a 2.
A lot of ones and twos tonight.
That one's a 17. So 17 plus 8.
25.
What is
So
it that I'm doing?
25.
You're assisting him. You don't have to roll anything. He just got advantage for it. So it's you did well enough. You can't place the exact spell, but it's essentially the same type of enchanting that's used for bags of holding and portable holes, but it was done on a closet. You assume if she were able to enchant something like this, she should have been way harder to defeat. So someone else did this.
Yeah, and I guess my other question was if I could see the runes that were like if there were any runes used or carved in that I could copy down.
No. You don't find any runes or anything like that.
All right, gotcha.
Does she have a bed?
No bed. The only furniture she has is the cauldron and the chair.
I'm gonna try to pile all the clothes on the chair, and then kind of
break a chair.
Cool.
Yeah.
You can do that. Give me a sleight of hand check for that.
I'm proficient there.
Yep.
I gotta pull up my character sheet.
You have a +5.
Sorry, my app just closed on me, so thank you.
All good. Yeah, you have a +5. And this is more to see how well you do all the rope work.
Can I assist?
Absolutely. Pixie, you have advantage, so you roll twice and you'll get the higher. So you got
Thank
11
you.
on the first one.
You help me with my magic.
Yay!
16 on the second one. So the two of you are confident that the ties used will keep it all together and won't come undone randomly, and that you will also be able to untie them when it's time.
Yay!
Without
Thank
having to cut
you.
the rope. So, what you're not so sure about is how you are going to pull it through the door. Wardrobe
Hey, can you widen?
worked, but the door itself outside the building's not quite wide enough.
I could try probably picking up the goblin and seeing if that would actually break down the door.
Yeah, you could go ahead and try to pick up the cauldron full of boiling soup. Absolutely, you could pick up a cast iron cauldron. You can try.
Want to assist me on this? Never mind, I don't need it.
Yeah, you see her walk over, wrap her arms around this cast iron cauldron, and she lifts up and pulls it up. And Pixie, you you will immediately drop it, one way or another, right now. We are going to determine how bad this really is, though. You take 11 points of fire damage because this is a boiling cast iron pot. That leaves you at 4 hit points. And needing to make a constitution save for massive damage because it was more than half your maximum.
That was fucking good.
I think I actually have something that can actually. I think I'm immune to something when it comes to this.
You're not immune to anything, that I'm sure of. Well, you're immune to magical sleep, but this is definitely not magical sleep.
Okay, I thought I had like fire resistance or something.
No, you do not. That's Lolly that has fire resistance because she's a tiefling.
That is true. Molly does.
Yes, Lolly does,
okay.
but not Pixie.
Got it.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Okay. So you gotta roll a Constitution save.
Okay.
You got a +5. Oh man, this stream has got to be going up so badly. It keeps wavering in. It's actually lost connection to the stream multiple times. Thank goodness this is recording to the computer because I can remove the live stream and then post this directly without any of the weird interruptions or breaks.
There you go.
21. Alright, cool. I don't need the massive damage table. No massive damage effect. It burned like hell, though. It's hot. It's cast iron. She's been boiling over a fire for hours. Yeah, you realize it's probably not a good idea to take a pot off the stove with your bare hands. Especially one that weighs almost 300 pounds.
Well, since I already dropped it, can I kind of kick it around and see if it actually rolls?
Yeah, it's rounded. It'll absolutely roll, just maybe not the way you want it to unless you're directing with your hands. Also, it slammed into the fire below, and the wooden floor is now caught fire as well. You have set the place on fire.
Shit. We gotta just bolt through the door.
I cast Prestidigitation and put out the flame.
Alright, no fire. Flame is out. The cauldron is empty. There is boiling hot stew all over the floor.
Pixie, what weapon do you use?
I have a sword.
You have Sir John Falstaff.
Yeah.
It's a double scimitar, by the way. So it's a double-headed Sir John Falstaff.
You have a mace as well? Or a
Yeah, I
morning
think
star?
I do.
You have 5 javelins.
Yeah, that's right. I have javelins.
Because I was going to say,
yeah, that's it.
I can cast Levitate on it, and you can hit it towards the door as fast as possible. That was my thought.
Yes, can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can swing and back.
Do it.
Alright, I cast Levitate.
Alright, Pixie, you're going to go ahead and roll to hit. Your combat actions page is not fully filled out. There we go. There's something I missed when I was helping you fill it out. You have a +5 strength and a +2 proficiency, so you have a +7 to hit.
Roll 1d20 plus 7. Thank you. I only got 11.
That's good enough. You hit it
Really?
successfully, the direction that you need. I mean, it's not like hitting a baseball. This thing's like 1.5 feet in diameter. It's pretty big. And levitate basically means that there's nothing. It has no resistance. You just the direction it goes if you hit it. So you hit it spot on to aim it at the door. It goes, poof, and just kind of blasts through the wall. You don't quite hit the door spot on, but it does catch the wall in a way that still breaks down next to the door, widening it. So
fine.
it's an extra like foot in width. The clothes will now slide out of nice and fine.
Now, since I've actually got burned really badly, do I have a hard time carrying this?
Your hands aren't scalded or anything, so there's no pain for your hands gripping the rope, but if you press the rope against your forearms, that's not going to feel good.
Okay.
And that is because, as a paladin, you know how to lift. You're even proficient with athletics. So you lift, bro.
I live. I live.
Yep. So you well enough at least didn't put your hands directly on it.
Got it.
So your hands are good. You can pull. Nick can help pull. And the two of you start going that way. Are you guys gonna try to pick up the pace and move faster so you can catch up to Wrath and Pius? They're not super far ahead, but they're far enough away you can't just yell for them.
No. I don't think it's a good idea with my condition right now to move quickly, because I don't want to hurt myself even more.
Fair enough. Wrath, Pius, over to you though. Two of you gonna make any conversation while you're walking towards the marked tree for the other path?
I feel like Pius would just be scanning the area to make sure that nothing jumps out. Just trying to keep the boys safe.
All right. You can go ahead and roll a perception check for me then.
Ooh. 2 seconds. 13.
13. You don't notice anything that you didn't notice on the way here. So, nothing new.
That's good.
Wrath is just scanning around with the passive perception.
Okay. Wrath's passive is 17. With a 17, you notice that the other set of tracks is still just a little bit east. It's like they both go the exact same direction. They're just like 30 feet apart. They didn't split until that point where you have marked.
So next time, I'm thinking whenever I pull them, maybe you like grab them and jump in the air and slam them in the ground or something.
I like that.
Yeah. We'll have to keep that in mind. Worked well, though. Worked well.
Yes, I am just glad the boy is safe.
Indeed. Is the boy doing anything other than just follow? Is he following or is he leading? Or
He's just eating this leg from some type of very large fowl. This leg, as you're looking at it and watching him eat it, is noticeably bigger. Probably about the difference in size between a chicken and an abyssal chicken, in fact.
All right. Is he following us or is he ahead of us?
He's following you. He's completely compliant, as if charmed.
I bet that leg had something to do with those other tracks we saw earlier.
That's a good point.
We'll have to take a look at that. I'm sure that witch was up to no good.
Yes, I mean, she doesn't have a good record, considering she kidnapped a child.
True.
If she does that...
didn't really give her a fair trial either. Kind of busted in and just took her head right off.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'll live with myself.
We can always say she resisted.
True.
They will believe us.
There was allegedly no one living in these woods, so no one even knows that she was here, other than the family of the boy and you guys. Not
Then
necessarily
she will
calling it
not
legal,
be
but
missed.
is it illegal if no one knows?
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's not. No, it's not. If nobody knows, it's not illegal.
All right, so you all catch up to each other at the March tree, and we will go ahead and end it there for the night, because sessions are supposed to be about 2 to 3 hours, and we have hit 3 hours and 11 minutes on the stream. So yeah, we'll call it here for the night.
All right.
Thank you to anyone watching. Hope you enjoyed our shenanigans. And we will be back next week, and maybe I'll actually figure out how to start the stream without any weird oddities going on.
So what was that you were saying about your wife?
Maybe another time.
See you next time, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
So,